So my name is Natalie Williams. For my college project, we had to come up with a plan for an organization. So I picked Pine Haven, where I work, as a special ed para, and I chose parent involvement. Parent involvement is really important as children's academic achievements can be increased, and overall student graduation is also increased because parent involvement shows the kids that they care about their achievements and that they're there to support them. At Pine Haven, there's 780 students. The principal is Becky Reynolds, and the assistant principal is Tyler Burles. And we will start the PowerPoint. So the definition of the topic: when parents are involved in their children's education, children tend to achieve better grades, engage in school more, and complete high school on time. What is parent involvement? Parent involvement has been defined as parents taking part in anything that has to do with children at school and both at home. And parent involvement includes going to parent-teacher conference, taking part in the book fair, helping kids with homework, engaging in programs that kids have, volunteering activities. And at home, parents can help with homework, help with projects like PowerPoints, family trees, anything that the parent can really help and tell them how important it is so that they know that grades are important. Background of the problem. Parent involvement has been an issue for the last several years. Does parent involvement really help their children's education? Yes, it does. In research, it has been proven that as early as age preschool, that it has a positive influence on that child's life all the way through high school. And the quote says, "Behind the child that makes the most progress is an actively involved parent." So the best children are the ones that their parents are really involved in their grades and their behavior at school. A statement of the problem is Pine Haven has little to no parent involvement. When parents are not involved in their child's academics, it can impact the child and the child's grades negatively. The negative consequences could be lower test scores for the school. It could be children failing and children not graduating on time, because when children think that their parents don't care about their grades, then they're not going to care, because why does it matter? There are many consequences that could happen if parent involvement is not improved. Consequences can include students failing the course and having to redo it, resulting in a longer graduation time, state test scores decreasing, and increase in student dropouts. Even though Pine Haven is a wonderful school, if parents are not involved, consequences can and will occur, like failing test grades. The statement of the purpose is: the purpose of this research is to help Pine Haven see the positive impact parents have on their students' academic life by being involved in their academic life. The purpose of the project as it relates to Pine Haven as a whole is helping Pine Haven see the importance of parent involvement in order to improve student success in academic scores and state test scores as well. As a school, we should want the best for our students. We should want the best test scores that we can get, so we need all the parent involvement that we can get. The research methods: I used a parent questionnaire for the research method. The survey used a simple random sampling to determine the participants for the study. The questionnaire had 5 Likert questions and 5 open-ended questions. The parent questionnaire was sent home to 25% of the students at Pine Haven, so that resulted in 195 questionnaires being completed. The sample strategy was simple random, where everyone had a chance to be chosen to complete it as long as their parents allowed for it. The first 5 questions are rated on a scale. You can do 1 to 5 based on the importance, 1 to 5 on if you're extremely satisfied or not satisfied. And the last 5 are open-ended questions. This means more than a yes or no answer. You have to explain yourself and why you think that way, not just yes or no. And these are the following questions. On a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being unsatisfied and 5 being satisfied, how satisfied are you with the notice of upcoming parent involvement activities? Whether it be a flyer or an invitation or a Facebook post from the school district. On a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being very high and 5 being very low, how does your work hours affect your coming to the parent involvement activities? A lot of the parent involvement activities are like during lunchtime or during the afternoons where most parents have to work. On a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being very unsatisfied and 5 being very satisfied, how satisfied are you with being invited to partake in these parent involvement activities from your child's teacher? Does the child's teacher use Dojo to remind you of these events, or do you just get a piece of paper like everybody else from the office? On a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being very high and 5 being very low, how hard do you try to attend parent involvement activities at your child's school? Is it really important to you, or is it not so important to you? On a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being very unsatisfied and 5 being very satisfied, how satisfied are you with the amount of the school's parent involvement activities? This includes plays, Grandparents' Day, any of the parent nights. Do you feel the school has an appropriate amount of parent involvement activities? The next one are the 6 through 10, and it's the open-ended questions. What factors are keeping you from being involved in your child's school? Do you feel as you are a part of the school or excluded from the school and its functions? Does the school need more parent involvement activities? Why or why not? Do you have any ideas or suggestions on what type of parent involvement activities the school should add to increase parent involvement? Why or why not? And what are they? Do you have any ideas or suggestions for schools to use to get more parents involved in their child's academic life both at school and at home? Why or why not, and what are they? On the next slide is the results from my questionnaire from questions 1 through 5. The rank 1 is very unsatisfied, rank 2 is unsatisfied, rank 3 is neutral, rank 4 is satisfied, rank 5 is very satisfied. So on question 1, you can see that most parents were really satisfied with the upcoming of notice. The office does a good job sending out flyers, putting on Facebook, and sending home sheets. On question 2, how does your work hours affect your coming to the parent involvement? 157 parents said that their work hours is what causes them not to be able to come, because they have to support their family and they can't leave work to come to these events, even though they want to. Number 3, how satisfied are you with being invited to partake in these parent involvement activities from your child's teacher? There were 73 that was satisfied, 39 that was unsatisfied, 41 were neutral, that they could go either way, 27 were unsatisfied, and then on a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being very high and 5 being very low, how hard do you try to attend parent involvement activities? This one is very high, 130 try, because they want to be part of their school, their children's academics. And number 5, how satisfied are you with the amount of school's parent involvement activities? And 97 were very satisfied and 53 were satisfied. And this is the questionnaire 6 through 10. You're invited. When parents are invited to attend functions, they feel welcomed. When parents do not get invited to attend functions, they feel left out and excluded. So to make sure that we're getting our parents involved, we need to invite them to everything, whether it be Dojo or Facebook or flyers or handmade posters, whichever, so that they are invited. Question 7, factors that kept parents from coming include work hours, or they have a busy schedule where they work and then they have to go to another job or have to take care of a family member, and then other plans like the dentist or the doctor that they need to go to. Question 8, they said yes, the school needs more parent activities, and suggestions they gave was like muffins for mom, donuts with dad, career fair where you can have parents come and explain their job to the students to get them interested in that career field. And question 9, parents have suggestions for activities as well. Question 10, yes, parents have suggestions for increasing parent involvement, such as sending articles home that support why parent involvement is important in academics, family projects where everyone is involved together, and teachers sending out invitations personally. An action plan, parent involvement activities are important as research suggests above, so it is very important to start planning those parent involvement activities now, as there are many factors that take place in these different parent activities. So for the next school year, I went ahead and done an action plan from in the summertime, preparing for August of 2020. And the first one is brainstorm future parent involvement activities. And I gave the first week of June 8th through June 12th. And that gives you about a week to brainstorm. Then make a list of future parent involvement activities chosen. Which ones do you think would be more productive and which ones are entertaining? The next one, create a list of materials for each parent event. If you do muffins with mom, you'll need muffins, juice, napkins, plates, cups, etc. So that will take a lot of time. And then add up the cost of each activity so that you can plan a budget for the school year. Then you need to plan a date for each one. If you like muffins for mom would go for May because it's Mother's Day. Then you would want to invite parents to attend each parent activity a month before the activity takes place. And I gave a sample budget for how much this would cost. You could do back to school bingo where everyone meets the new teachers, meets the new staff. Halloween, you could do Halloween activities like a scavenger hunt. Thankful night, you could do what you're thankful for in projects. Merry and Bright is Christmas. You can have paintings, a Christmas tree ornament, whatever to get parents involved. Extravaganza night would be your Easter. Muffins with mom would be Mother's Day. Donuts with dad would be Father's Day. And slime night, every kid loves slime. Paint night is another good one. And then Grandparents' Day program. And then that's a total of 10 activities for $8,000. And the activity cost will vary. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can contact me later by my phone, 1-501-208-7223, or email at anship@atu.edu. Any questions now?
Oh, very good. The budget slide was helpful. What, on those budget numbers, was that just an estimation or based on
Yes.
materials?
Yes, because I researched some from other schools, and that's kind of, muffins with mom is a lot because you have juice and fruit and
Right.
muffins, and it's a lot more than if you just do crafts on the other nights. So that's why there were more.
That's good. And would you envision that being maybe the PTO budget or?
Yes,
that would be a good
because
idea.
that's how most of the parent nights that we do have right now are from PTO. So,
Very good. Were those results from the survey that people suggested, or you're right?
yes, some of them was the extravaganza I found on there. And then a lot of them recommended muffins with mom, donuts with dad, and grandparents. And then Pine Haven has done slime night before and paint night, and it was really successful. I went to the paint night and it was really fun.
Well, I think you did a very good job.
Thank you.
You bet.